Prime Minister vows to put house in order before stepping down. No evidence of abuse on Seremban Care Centre residents. Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohana Priya. Welcome to News on 2. Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has vowed not to leave Malaysia in shambles when he eventually steps down as Prime Minister. The 93-year-old said it was his intention to continue working hard for the country and resolve the problems at hand.
We are left with a $1 trillion debt. The country will be, moribund financially. But we are able to carry on. We pay the salary of government workers, and we are able to do the normal things that governments do.
Tun Dr. Mahathir said this at a session of the Future of Malaysia and ASEAN at the 5th Bloomberg ASEAN Business Summit in Bangkok yesterday. It was hosted by Bloomberg Television Chief International Correspondent for Southeast Asia, Haslinda Amin. On another note, the Prime Minister said Malaysia is willing to consider selling national carrier Malaysia Airlines Berhad if there is a good offer for the company. He, however, said that the government must first ensure the potential buyer is able to manage the airline well. Malaysia has maintained its trade and economic policy as well as friendly relations with other countries despite a change of government after 61 years. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said the new government of Malaysia welcomes foreign investors, including from its closest neighbour, Thailand. Tun Dr. Mahathir said ASEAN, with its population of more than 600 million people, is a big market for trade and business and urged all members of the regional grouping to tap into the vast potential of each other to enrich its people.
Between Thailand and Malaysia, there is quite a big population. And also, if we take into consideration Indonesia and Bimiyaga, the number of people living in this area is very big, and therefore we have a big market. And big market needs to be served with products that are, if possible, locally produced. I think if we sit together and identify what we can produce within our countries, then I think we would be able to trade in greater volume and value with each other.
He said this during a dialogue session with Thai corporate leaders in Bangkok. The bilateral relations between the two neighbours, according to the 93-year-old leader, have been established for a long period of time, with Malaysia benefiting from the solid and genuine cooperation. No elements of abuse have been found against occupants of the Pusat Jaga and Warga Emas dan Terapi Fitrah Seremban, as had been alleged. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail said the hospital conducted examinations on the residents and found no evidence of abuse on them.
But there was no evidence, and even the hospital actually did an examination. There was no evidence of penderaan on them. They do have diabetes and high blood pressure, but there was no evidence that they were actually abused in any way.
Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah, who is also Women, Family and Community Development Minister, said this when met by reporters after attending the Brisk Walk program at the Putra Mosque grounds in Putrajaya yesterday. The media recently reported that 4 former care workers claimed to have said that there had been abuse and torture inflicted on senior citizens at the premises for the past 2 years. Police have reportedly taken statements from 10 witnesses on the case, and it is being investigated under Section 352 of the Penal Code. The nursing centre, occupied by 12 senior citizens, was in the process of closing due to failure to comply with registration requirements. In another development, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah called on Malaysians to take up plogging, jogging while collecting garbage, as a culture in which the activity has become a trend in the world, particularly in Sweden. The proposed light rail transit or LRT alignment in Bayan Lepas on the land of Sungai Nibong Besar Jami' Mosque and the Wakaf land nearby is in the preliminary stage and it has not been finalized yet. Pulau Pinang Chief Minister Chow Kun Yeow said yesterday the proposal of the state government to build the LRT is still being considered by the Land Public Transport Agency APAD, and a visit to the mosque made earlier was part of the initial survey. He said the Pulau Pinang state government will respect all Islamic guidelines by referring to the decision of the Pulau Pinang State Fatwa Committee before making the official decision on the proposed LRT alignment near the Sungai Nibong Besar Jami' Mosque.
Kerajaan Negeri Pulau Pinang mengesa supaya tidak terpengaruh dengan sebaran yang tidak sahih, memandangkan kerajaan negeri sedang berusaha untuk membina negeri yang mampan, inklusif dan mengambil kira semua keperluan rakyat sejajar dengan visi dan misi Penang 2030.
Briefing reporters, he said the Pulau Pinang state government will abide by the decision and conditions subject to the jurisdiction of the federal government via APAD related to railway scheme. Recently, news of the Bayan Lepas LRT alignment proposal affecting areas of the mosque and Wakaf land went viral on social media. Meanwhile, Pulau Pinang Mufti Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Salim Wan Muhammad said the state government should not allow the LRT alignment to adversely affect the mosque and the Wakaf cemetery land. He said any final decision should take into consideration the safety as well as all respect for the mosque and Wakaf land. In this regard, the Sungai Nibong Besar Jami' Mosque congregation wants the Bayan Lepas LRT alignment to be built according to the original plan and not in front of the mosque and the nearby cemetery. Pertubuhan Arkitek Malaysia PAM has officially launched its annual Kuala Lumpur Architecture Festival KLAF at APW Bangsar in the nation's capital. The festival takes place from yesterday till 7th July at three main venues: APW Bangsar, Publica Shopping Gallery and Rex KL Ruang at Think City and Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre. Themed Tomorrow, this year's festival aims to encourage inclusiveness of all facets of architecture towards designing better sustainable living for the future. KLAF 2019 Director Dr. Tan Lok Man said architects are visionaries and dreamers, and it is the vision and objective of this festival to address the constant of change and the future, which is why the theme Tomorrow was chosen.
People started to treat architects as just draftsmen, just doing drawing, and there's no element of creativity in it. But actually the creative element is where the value is.
There are also four sub-themes: shelter, future food, Datum KL plus architects, and architecture plus art. Also present at the launch ceremony was Lembah Pantai MP Ahmad Fahmi Muhammad Fadzil. In his speech, Ahmad Fahmi said architecture influences all of us in one way or another. He added KLAF 2019 is the best platform for the Malaysian public to learn about architecture and design towards a future-proof and shared ecosystem. And that concludes this afternoon's News on 2. In our top story today, Prime Minister vows to put house in order before stepping down. Join us again at 7 this evening. I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching.